If a Xiaomi starts studying in a normal school, what will be the condition of other children? Something similar happens in our story today. The story begins with a boy named Li, who used to learn Kung Fu in a Xiaomi Gurukul. He was getting training here since birth. One day, Li went to the temple of the Gurukul and apologized because what he is going to do now may not be right. At that moment, a warrior attacked him from the side. Li was shocked by the sudden attack, but he somehow faced the attack. The warrior threw him on the wall, but Li jumped back. He attacked the warrior on his chest in the air and defeated him in a few moments. After this came the turn of a swordsman warrior. Li defeated him too with his ability. After this, he moved towards the third warrior. Although that warrior was meditating, he heard the sound of Li coming, and he saw in his mind that Li has finally been chosen. In the next moment, he picked up Li and threw him on the ground. The warrior was just about to win, but Li slipped and escaped, and then a fierce fight started between the two. In the end, Li won. Then he went out of the temple bowing his head. The teacher of Gurukul told him that he had shown the most talent in the examination, so he would get a chance to go to the new school in the city. In the city, he will live with a family of 3 people, 2 children and their father. The man is actually a scientist who knew the teacher of Gurukul. After this, Li left for the new city. In the new school, there was a 15-year-old boy named Fan who was a taekwondo player. His younger sister Shan Shan loved her brother very much. Land used to manage the school's taekwondo club. After watching Fan's matches, she used to point out his shortcomings to him so that he could improve. Land's brother was a #1 glutton. He could not think of anything except food all the time. All 4 of them were good friends and lived nearby. Actually, Li was going to live in Land's house. His father, Dr. Hang, was working hard. His wife had passed away many years ago, so now he was busy with his work. He was developing a special device which was being eyed by the city's goons. Dr. Han called the children, but Land was not happy because her father never came home. Han promised to come soon and asked them to open a gift he had sent to their house. Actually, the box contained the same device that the goons wanted to steal. The mansion opened the door and Land brought him inside. She took him to show his room, and there his father was held captive by the goons. The gang leader Larry threatened Dr. Hand and asked for the device from him. Dr. Hand said that there is no such device. He told that he is working on AI technology so that his children can talk to a robot with their mother's voice. But Larry did not believe him. He found out from the CCTV footage that the device had already been taken to Dr. Hand's house. Then Larry's 2 disciples came forward and took the responsibility of stealing the device. Slope Your Fist was very happy because this was their first mission after becoming goons. Both of them changed into strange clothes and stood outside the Land house. One of them decided to sneak in at night, but then the other one said that the children have to go to school anyway. "We will steal it during the day, brother." What happened? At home, Li was learning the ways of the new city. He saw Land watching a taekwondo do match, and he also found this game interesting. At night, when he sat down to meditate, an argument broke out between the 2 of them because of Yu's video game. But soon both of them started enjoying the video game together. On the other hand, when Land opened the gift box in his room, a panda keychain was found in it. She did not know that this panda was actually the pen drive which the goons were after for so long. When Land pressed the button, the panda asked him to set the password. Land asked what kind of password, and unknowingly this password was set. On turning on the Ved Banda, he found out that it had his mother's artificial intelligence voice. The next morning, Li sets off with Yu and Land for the first day of school. Those 2 goons saw the kids going out and decided to execute their plan. But then one of them noticed the panda chain that Land had hung from his bag. Now they made a plan to snatch that device from Land. On the way, Land introduced Li to Fan. At that very moment, one of the goons secretly stole the chain and ran away from there. Then Li saw him, and showing his agility, he caught the goon quickly. Then Fan also came to support him, and both of them together beat up the goon, but the goon still did not listen, and once again stole the panda and ran away. Now all those friends together fitted him in a garbage can and rolled him down. Then in school, the children of Li's class were surprised to see a brave warrior. They started asking him if he could ever get married. He started asking him random questions. "Can you ever get married? Hey, show me how to do Kung Fu. Show me once." and brother, show me how to do kung fu once. Finally, the teacher calmed them down and told them to do all this during the play period. During the play period, their coach told them that their agility test was conducted next month, and whoever did not pass it would not be able to go to the next class. On hearing this, Yu became worried because he was very fat. God knows with how much difficulty Pai Saheb used to walk. Then the coach made everyone run for 100 meters. Lee completed 2 rounds before time, while the rest of the children were still in the first round. After this, he was asked to do push-ups, in which his left hand was already an expert. He did more than 100 push-ups, and the other children could not even do 2. Later, he started doing push-ups with one hand, and seeing his ability, all the children started jumping. Then came the turn of high jump. This was a child's play for Lee. The poor guy fell down on his face. There in Dr. Han's lab, Larry had tied him to a chair and was harassing him by hitting him with a golf ball. At night, those 2 goons found an opportunity and entered Land's house. Then Lee noticed them, and he started scaring them by hiding behind a toy. But they soon saw him and attacked him when they got the chance. When Land reached there, the goons stole the panda and fled. He told the whole story to Lean and Yu, but both of them thought that he was joking. After this, we see that both the goons were lying down with golf foes stuffed in their mouths. Actually, they had mistakenly stolen a perfume that looked similar to the Pandak chain. Larry has to sell a special device to a company within 3 days, and that is why he started getting restless. In a fit of anger, he targeted those 2 goons from the golf vault and threatened them and ordered them to bring that special device as soon as possible. The next day in school, all the children were watching a fans' taekwondo competition. There, Yu and Shan Shan started talking about 2 ugly girls sitting behind. These girls were none other than those 2 goons who had come there in disguise. They saw that panda on the bag of land, and both of them, he started waiting for the right opportunity to steal it. At that very moment, Lee challenged Fan to a match. All the children ran ahead to watch this interesting match. Now, seeing the right opportunity, the goons tried to steal the panda from the bag, but their fake hair got stuck in the process. Meanwhile, Fan and Lee were competing fiercely in the match. Both were overpowering each other. Finally, both decided not to accept each other, and the match ended. At that moment, everyone turned back and recognized those 2 goons. The children together attacked them, but this time, they threatened to kill a girl and ran away with the panda device. Then the children together went to the principal and called the police and explained the whole matter. Paheli was considering himself responsible for all this, because if he had not challenged the fan, the land would not have gone away from the bag. But the other children consoled him that he should not think like this. Lahari finally got hold of the device and ran a program on his computer using it. But he did not know that a password was required to use it. He called some programmers to open the lock, but even after the whole day passed, he could not find anything. Now Larry's anger had crossed all limits. Now he saw a message from Dr. Han's daughter on his phone. Lamp wanted her father to come home tomorrow for her birthday. Larry promised to come to the party tomorrow on behalf of Dr. Han. The next day, Larry and his friends were preparing for the birthday party. Everyone else left Larry alone at home and went to get gifts for him. Then Larry got a message from his father that he had to leave the house. Land has come out, but as soon as she came out, someone kidnapped her and took her away in a car. At the same time, Lee and his friends saw Land in the van and started chasing him on their cycles. Finally, everyone reached Dr. Han's lab and started looking for Land. There was an argument going on between Lyrie and his business partner because Lyrie was going to sell that special device tomorrow, but till now he did not know its password. Now in anger, Lyrie put a knife on Land's neck and asked him for the password. Land replied that such a password, and at that very moment, the program started. Outside, the first 2 goons were guarding the device. Lee and Fan attacked them and defeated them in a few moments. But after this, they faced Larry's man Bradley. He was also a dangerous fighter, so Lee and Fan together, even the police were unable to defeat him. Larry's deal was about to be finalized inside the lab when you came and secretly released your sister and father. Lee also reached there and fought with the goons. At that moment, Larry ran out with the bag containing the pen drive, but Dr. Han, Yu and Land together thrashed him. Lee once again came to support Fan in fighting with Bradley. Finally, both of them together succeeded in defeating him. In the end, the police also reached there and caught all the goons. Later, the principal gave medals to Lee and Yu for their bravery. If you liked the video, then like it and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.